Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Thunder Today YouTube channel. I am your host, Dylan Hibbard, and in today's video, we are celebrating our 50th episode here on the Thunder Today YouTube channel. So we are going to give our props to that, and we're going to go over some scheduling stuff. The opening night schedule came out, and the Christmas Day game schedule came out, and the Thunder were a part of both of it. So we will talk a little bit about that, and then we will talk about the Western Conference in general at the end. But first off, we just wanted to say this is episode 50, the big one of 5-0. Thank you guys so much for just continuing to watch these videos and stick around and let me have a chance to talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder each and every day. Let's make this a big one, though. Make sure you hit the like button down below, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button down below. Helps out the channel a lot. But let's get right into it for the Thunder stuff today, and we'll get right into opening night for the NBA season is on October 21st, and the Thunder will be in the doubleheader for that. They will start out the NBA season. It'll start out in Oklahoma City, right where it ended last year, and we will be facing the Houston Rockets. So yes, that is right. Kevin Durant will be in attendance when the Thunder raise up that championship banner, and when we would hopefully get our rings as well. If they are in fact ready in time for opening night, we should get those rings. And it just kind of feels like the NBA writers and scripters were kind of writing this out, just having Kevin Durant on a team now who was second in the West, and a team who's contending to stop the Oklahoma City Thunder from going back-to-back, and obviously the history with KD and the Thunder in this. And it feels like that's what the NBA was trying to do. You're going to start off the season with the Rockets Thunder in the first game of the doubleheader, and then the second game will be the Golden State Warriors and Los Angeles Lakers. So Curry versus LeBron and Luka. So I mean, the Thunder will be starting the season off right there in Oklahoma City, getting our rings, raising that banner against Kevin Durant, Amen Thompson, and Sengun, and this will be a matchup to watch the entire year. The Thunder versus Rockets. I think they're the third best team in the Western Conference, no doubt, behind us and the Denver Nuggets. And if they can play right and make certain moves if they need to at the deadline to get deeper, or whatever it might be, stay healthy, they can contend for a championship, no doubt, especially now that you have Kevin Durant, a guy who you can go to in late game spots, who you didn't have last year. You were kind of all over the place in that, so that really helps the Rockets out. But for the Thunder side of thing, you're going to be raising that banner in front of KD, and you want to start off the year 1-0, especially with the whole NBA eyes will be on you. Everybody knows now you're the top dog. They're going to give you their best, especially opening night. KD's going to be seeing that banner getting raised. It's going to fuel the Rockets to go and get that and upset the defending champs on night one. So it's going to be key for the Thunder to not only celebrate and acknowledge that, but know that as soon as that's over, it's a whole new year, and the first team you're going to go up against is a team that you could very well have to go through to get to another championship. So just for the Thunder, it's going to be a great night. I'm hoping to be there. I'm going to do everything I can to be there on opening night for October 21st. So let me know if you guys will be able to make that game, if you're planning on going to that game down below. But we'll transition into kind of later on in the year, Christmas Day games. We know that's the biggest. That's the NBA holiday. NFL has Thanksgiving, MLB has July 4th, NBA gets Christmas, and that's when they have some of their biggest matchups. And the Thunder will be involved on a Christmas Day game. The first game of the day will be the Cleveland Cavaliers and New York Knicks. That'll start the day. And then the Thunder will be that second game. Should be a 2:30 start, if I'm not mistaken, or 1:30, kind of wherever you're at. The Thunder will be playing the Spurs, and I felt like they would do this. You're going to get the Wemby versus Chet headline. You're going to get the two teams that are on the up and up. You're going to have that headline of Wemby versus Chet. And then the games after, you're going to have the Rockets versus Lakers, KD versus Luka and LeBron. Then you're going to have Warriors versus Mavericks. And to end the night, you're going to have Wolves versus Nuggets. And just from an NBA slate, we're finally getting the Thunder back on Christmas. A lot of people thought they should have been there last year because they were the one seed the year before they got knocked by the Mavs in the second round, and they didn't get a Christmas Day game, and now, well, they won, and you're going to have to put them on. And they put them on with a team like the San Antonio Spurs. Like I said, they're going to highlight the Wemby versus Chet, and I really feel like they should push that. I feel like if Chet can take that leap that us Thunder fans are hoping he can, and we know he can take that leap, he can turn into that guy that can rival Wemby when they go out there. And not only that, but the Spurs are going to be on the up and getting better, and the Thunder are eventually going to have to maybe go through them to win a championship or win the Western Conference. So this will be a matchup I think the NBA is going to kind of highlight throughout the entire year, and especially highlight on Christmas. But when you're looking at this Christmas list, it kind of transitions into our last segment. It makes you think of just how strong the Western Conference is. You look at this in the first game of the day, so the game when most people are most probably still opening presents or kind of just getting the day going, you have your only Eastern Conference teams in the Cleveland Cavaliers and New York Knicks. Obviously, it doesn't help that the Pacers are hurt, so you would have had the Thunder-Pacers rematch probably for the finals. You would have had the Celtics involved somewhere in there as well if Tatum was healthy. But then you have Spurs, Thunder, you have Rockets, Lakers, you have the Mavs, Warriors, and Thunder and Timberwolves, Nuggets. Those are all Western Conference teams. That's 8 Western Conference teams, and those are not necessarily even going to be the top 8. You still have teams like the Clippers, the Kings, the teams like that will, the Grizzlies, that will contend in there. So it just kind of brings you to the question of how good is this Western Conference going to be this next year? Because it just seems like the past 3 years we've been talking about it like the West is the best it's ever been, and then the next year we're like, oh, it's even better this year. The East, more East guys are coming over to the West, and I feel like come trade deadline we could see Giannis wanting out of Milwaukee if it's in the certain situation where he wants to go to the Spurs, and maybe the Spurs make a splash for that. That's going to make the West even deeper, and it just kind of comes to a point of where what are you going to do? Because people have talked about in the past, maybe we go to a 1-16 format and you take out the East versus the East and West side, and you just make this reseed the 1-16 on based on record. And I mean, at that point, you would see maybe only 3 or 4 Eastern Conference teams in the playoffs this year. You would see the Cavs, Knicks, most likely the Magic, and maybe the Pistons and Hawks if you're lucky with the Hawks at that point. And I mean, it's just kind of something to think about. I mean, you're looking at teams like the Thunder, Nuggets, Rockets, Lakers, who are all probably top 5 teams in the league who are going to be contending for a title. And it's just kind of crazy to think about, when, especially now looking at this Christmas slate. And opening night, it's 4 Western Conference teams, and on Christmas Day 8 of the 10 teams are Western Conference teams. So I mean, it's just kind of crazy to think about. We'll see if some West people go out East, maybe get that Eastern side a bit more balanced out, or we see Giannis want out of Milwaukee and maybe he goes to another Western Conference team, maybe in Texas. But only time will tell. You guys will have to let me down below. Let me know down below what you guys think of opening night. Will you guys be there? What do you think of them matching us up against the Rockets? What do you think of the Christmas Day slate? Do you think they've got it right with the slate? Do you think the Lakers should have matched up against the Mavs? Do you think the Thunder should have played somebody else? But don't forget to like the video, guys. Episode number 50. This was a big one. We talked about the scheduling for next year and kind of some stuff looking out at that. But that'll be it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.